This is IGN. Neither good enough to get into heaven nor bad enough to be damned to the inferno. This is your IGN review of Painkiller by Will Borger. Every now and then, some suit at a publisher looks at a beloved series they own, realizes they could make it into a live service co-op game, and says out loud, "I know this has never worked for anyone else, but it might work for us." It never does, of course. It makes the original fan base angry, and oftentimes the franchise is old enough that new players don't even know what it is. The result is a game for no one, a whole lot of nothing driven by market forces, and the deluded belief that somehow, some way, this time the idea is just better than all of the previous times it's been tried. This time, they, chosen by God, will be immune to whatever effects have frustrated lesser mortals. The latest game in this doomed genre is Painkiller, a reboot of People Can Fly's 2004 cult classic, and the result is the same as it ever was. It's fitting that it takes place in purgatory. When it is consigned to the graveyard of history, its headstone will read, "Here lies Painkiller, neither good enough to get into heaven nor bad enough to be damned to the inferno." You'll wish you'd just played the original and called it a day, or simply booted up the Judas Priest song instead. This new Painkiller is one of those co-op games. You know the ones. A brief tutorial front-loads the meager plot, shows you the ropes, and unlocks your base of operations. Once established, you pick from one of 4 visually distinct but aside from one passive ability, virtually identical characters, all of whom come with prepackaged quips that mostly sound like they were written by dollar store Joss Whedon. After selecting your weapons and loadout, you choose one of several missions, where you go to a place and kill a lot of bad guys, then return to your base with the spoils, where you can upgrade your stuff and do it all again. You have seen all of this before, and I'm already bored describing it. The story here is basically non-existent. You are one of 4 souls stuck in purgatory: ink, void, rock, and soul. Approached by the disembodied voice of the angel Metatron to stop the demon Azazel, another faceless voice, from doing something bad. Go on a mission, go home, spend spoils, repeat. To Painkiller's infinite credit, there is no paid currency or battle pass here, just a season pass with skins and the like. But the loop never varies. Once you get new and better stuff, it's just time to go and do whatever Metatron determines needs doing next. Painkiller looks good, but its problems really come down to mission design. Environments feel samey, even when they look different, and each of the 3 acts, which are 3 levels apiece, finds a single gameplay idea and never lets go of it. Your progress will be stopped by something, and the only way through will be doing that act's mechanic. In the first, that means filling barrels with blood by killing enemies near them, and then slotting those into the proper place. In the second, you'll need to find and use soul containers to power things. In the third, you'll have to stand on ritual markers to activate dream catchers. Even the combat isn't as satisfying as it should be. Most enemies are cohorts, harmless by themselves, but potentially dangerous in large numbers, and they always come in large numbers, that die easily. There are also larger, more dangerous demons you can stagger by pouring on alt fires or kill outright, and the end-of-act Nephilim, who serve as bosses. None of these are all that engaging aside from the Nephilim, and while there are several different kinds of cohorts and a handful of demons, none of them have much of a unique visual identity. There are no psycho nuns or hell bikers or evil samurai or freaks. Nothing that made the original game's wacky evil ensemble memorable. No, this is purgatory by way of a heavy metal album cover if it were generated by AI. If you're gonna do Painkiller, it could at least look like Painkiller, you know? Perhaps most infuriatingly, Painkiller isn't out and out bad. The movement is fast, precise, and a hell of a time. You can slide, dash, air dash through enemies, bounce off walls for a double jump, and use the Painkiller to grapple to various anchor points or enemies. All 6 of the guns, whether it's the electro driver, rocket launcher, hand cannon, stake gun, shotgun, or SMG, feel great, and I liked messing around with the various alt fires. A shotgun that freezes enemies so I can shatter them? Neat. A stake gun that's also a grenade launcher or can create a gravity well? Love it. Turning the rocket launcher into a minigun that shoots rockets that freeze? Sign me up. And getting a new upgrade on a weapon's branching paths feels meaningful and changes how you play. Yeah, a lot of it is we have Doom Eternal at home, but if you're gonna steal, you might as well steal from the best. Painkiller is a frustrating game. The designs for the raid levels and enemies are largely disappointing. The story is nearly non-existent and ends on a low note, and the great value Whedonisms the characters deploy in combat often had my eyes nearly rolling out of their sockets. But I can't dismiss it outright either. The movement and weapons are a lot of fun. The bosses are memorable. I grew to like the characters, and the roguelike mode feels like what Painkiller wants to be. Like its characters, this is a game stuck in between. Unworthy of heaven, but not bad enough for hell. I can't imagine who this is for because it's not Painkiller fans, and even as a co-op game, it's held back by obvious limitations. It's a game about nothing for no one. A mediocre resurrection of a classic trying to put on a new cover of an old book and hoping it still has some relevance 21 years later. Yeah, Purgatory sounds about right. Painkiller's IGN score? 5 out of 10. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson, and for the latest Painkiller updates, visit us at IGN.com.
Spoken Layer.